I'm just starting to build up for marathon training, and that means I'm just eating all the time. But today, my boyfriend and I went to the local Middle Eastern grocery store in Austin, Texas called Phoenicia. That just kind of carries a lot of different Middle Eastern foods. It's like a grocery store and a bakery. So I want to show you what we got because it's cool. It's got a lot of like really interesting stuff. I had never been to this grocery store before. But now this thing is not for me, but this is Barbary bread. And the reason I think it's kind of cool is that it's packaged in this like interesting way where it's long and flat. But yeah, so Barbary bread is the first thing, which isn't even mine. But something that I am going to be eating a lot of, that I happen to eat a lot of, especially during marathon training, is mulberries. And I like these because they're really crunchy and they kind of like pop in your mouth, even though they're just like dried mulberries. But we got a lot, but this probably won't last very long. But something that I'm gonna mix with the mulberries is something I've actually never tried before, but I imagine it tastes like pumpkin seeds. And this is small melon seeds, which seems pretty interesting. I'm not exactly sure which melon they come from, like if it's like a watermelon, or do you happen to know which melon? Just like a random, yeah. But the cool thing about these is like, I imagine mixing this together would be really delicious. Some kind of like a trail mix fusion. But then the other thing that I cannot wait to snack on in that same like category is my beloved dried dates. And these are medjool dates that are the ones with pits in them. But the reason they stood out to me is that there's a lot of different versions of dates and like different sizes and stuff. And especially when they're dried, some are plumper than others, depending on like how much moisture stays in them. But these one looked really big. And so I wanted them, and I'm very excited about this because dates, especially for marathon training, it's like the fastest way to get like a lot of glycogen because they're like very high in sugar and fiber. But yeah, so I can't wait to eat those. These are also not for me, but they're something that I guess is my boyfriend, his past, he used to eat these a lot. He's Persian. But these are rice cookies, which I'm curious, are they gluten-free? They look like, oh no, they do have wheat in them. But anyway, these are rice cookies that I have heard are good dipping in tea. So, cause I guess I bet they like dissolve pretty quickly, but they have little poppy seeds on them and they look good. I don't know how they taste, but they do look good. The other thing that we got is, of course, at a Middle Eastern grocery store, spices. So sumac, and I guess what would you put this on? What would you put this on?
Use it like instead of salt or lemon juice too. It's kind of like a 2-in-1, just that it's tart.
Would you put it on?
Put it on kebabs for sure.
Nice.
And just rice.
So yeah, so ground sumac, and then this is mustard seeds, which you can't really buy mustard seeds that aren't round at a lot of places. So it was kind of cool to get mustard seeds. So spices for sure. There's so many spices at this grocery store. It's like a whole wall. But then this is an experiment of something that I just really want to try because it's like fruit leather. But the reason that I want to taste it is that it doesn't have sugar in it, but it's made with barberry, which is a berry that I've never tried before. So I really want to try this fruit leather. And then the last thing, also not for me, but is something my boyfriend picked up, is kebab, which I guess is just traditional Middle Eastern staple. But yeah, so that's our haul of all the amazing things that we got at the Middle Eastern grocery store in Texas.